Hello, for today's workout, we are going to be focusing on our shoulders. So we are down in the weight room. This is a strength training workout, and what we're going to do are 2 giant sets for our shoulders. All you're going to need are some dumbbells and a bench if you've got it. If not, I'll talk you through a couple of different modifications that you can use. So what is a giant set? 2 exercises that you alternate back to back, that's a superset. 3 exercises that you perform like in a circuit, that's a tri-set. So a giant set would be anything that is 4 exercises or more. So for this first giant set, we're going to do 3 rounds of each exercise, starting with a shoulder press. And I'm going to have you guys do these seated so you can go just a little bit heavier. And of course, if you don't have a bench or anything to sit on, go ahead and just do them standing. Oof. Get your weights in your hands. Make sure your knuckles are rolling straight to the ceiling, core is braced. Push. Knuckles to the ceiling. Core is strong. Stop your elbows right below the shoulders. And we are doing, how many reps of those? Yes, 15 reps of those. Then I want to have you do a seated lateral raise. Clearly going to be using a little bit lighter weight. So those were 25s. Let's pick up the 12s. So as you're seated, arms are by your sides, knuckles roll down, lift. Think about pouring water out of pitchers here. As you lift, you should feel this right in the middle of your shoulder, the medial delt. Think about leading with the elbows and then the pinkies. And we are doing 12 reps of those. Then we've got, yes, I'm going to turn my bench around, an incline front raise. So I'm going to lift my bench up, and my bench is kind of funny. It's like a strange angle. I'm going to set it up a little bit higher. So with that, your body's going to be on an incline. Chest is leaning forward, arms out in front of you, right? Palms face down, and you're going to lift, the weights in line with your shoulders. Don't let gravity just take over and momentum pull you down. Lift with control, more importantly, lower with control. Lift, lower. Also, don't let your shoulders creep up towards your ears. Keep the shoulders down the back, the shoulder blades down the back. Lift with the shoulders. 10 to 12 of those, depending on what kind of weight that you're working with. If you don't have a bench, just do a regular dumbbell front raise. And then we're going to do incline rear delt fly. So I'm going to gracefully turn my bench around, and I'm actually going to lower a little bit more. With your rear delt flies, you're working the back part of your shoulder, right? Your rear delts. And as you're doing this, I want you to think about the front of your shoulders pressing into your bench as you lift back behind you. Again, think about elbows leading the way back. Don't let the traps take over. Squeeze at the top. Keep your head in line with the neck. If you don't have a bench to do this on an incline, just simply hinge forward and do your rear delt flies there. And we are doing 12 of those as well. So it goes 15 reps for the first exercise, 10 to 12 reps of everything else. You're going to go through that 3 times. So you'll do your overhead shoulder press, you'll do your seated lateral raise, you will do your incline front raises, and then your incline rear delt flies. Do that 3 times total through. Now the next giant set, we're going to start off with an Arnold press. So I'll just do those seated. I'm going to grab my big boys again. See if this is too close to you. Nope, it's perfect. So with the seated Arnold press, start with palms facing in. My elbows are right below my chest, right at my bra line. And you're going to press the weights overhead, palms face away. Lower palms face in, press palms face up. So working the front and the top of the shoulders. Great. I want you to do 12 to 15 of those. Then our next lift is, around the world. These are so challenging for me. With your around the world, let's see if I'm too close here. Start with your weights in front of you, palms face away. You're gonna circle your arms overhead and you can bring them to touch. Just don't bang them together. I'm gonna come back just a little bit. Weights in front of you, circle around, lower with control. Circle around, lower with control. This burns out my shoulders every single time. Don't worry about going super heavy here. Go as light as you need to keep the form and get the reps in. Our third movement is going to be an upright row. So let's use 12s. I've got a decent assortment of middle-size weights. Palms face in. Draw the weights up the chest right to about your nipple line and then lower down. Squeeze the top of the shoulders again. Squeeze, lower with control. Squeeze, lower with control. Depending on what sort of weight you're using, 12 to 15 reps here. And then our final movement in this particular circuit is going to be an incline upright row or incline high row, which is very similar to the upright row. Your elbows are going to go more back behind you. So from here, I'm going to pull my elbows back. It's more of a rear delt movement. Squeeze. Squeeze. I love working rear delts. Again, 12 to 15 reps here. Start with your Arnold press, then move into your around the world. Then you've got your upright rows, and then you've got your incline high rows. 3 sets of each, and about 12 to 15 reps of each exercise.